During the winter months, we long to use the outdoor kitchen, but the temperatures and the wind lately have seen us using the sous vide inside. And it's time to talk about how to get that killer crust on steak when you're using the sous vide, and we've got it for you coming up. We're based in Indianapolis, which sees freezing temperatures a good 5 months out of the year. That just means that we need to be creative in our outdoor cooking every now and then and adopt some non-traditional cooking methods that keep us warm and toasty inside. Now, I'm a guy who loves to grill with charcoal and smoke with wood, so sous vide cooking feels like cheating. But all feelings aside, I've been truly impressed how good a steak I can get using a vacuum sealer, sous vide, and a flamethrower. So today I want to show you my favorite way to finish a steak once it comes out of the water at 130 degrees. It's called the sous vide gun, and it's a little brother of the grill gun that we use all the time to light our fire pits, pizza ovens, and grills. So this is the sous vide gun. It's easy to hold in the hand, and it accepts multiple types of fuel. Now, most of the time I'll use a 1 pound propane canister that screws into the bottom of the gun right here. Now, they're easy to find at most hardware stores, and they last for at least 10 cooks before they run out, in my experience. Now, I also found this nifty 1 pound propane tank refilling nozzle at Harbor Freight, so I'm not buying a brand new 1 pound tank each time I run out like I used to. Now, the sous vide gun can also connect to a 20 pound propane tank, as well as use MAP gas canisters. Now, in the box, you'll find a stand that helps you to keep it upright when it's not in use. Now, this stand folds up completely flat as well, so if you're taking it on the go, it packs well. Now, you just push in on these little tabs at the pivot point, and you can set the stand at multiple heights. Now, there's really only one way that the unit will stay on the stand, and that's when you put the nozzle of the gun facing in the direction of the stand legs. The sous vide gun measures at 14.5 inches long by 8.5 inches high and weighs a little less than 27 ounces. Now, the unit is primarily made of plastic and metal, with most of the trigger and handle elements coming in plastic and all metal where you'll be igniting propane. Now, there's a copper safety valve here on the top of the unit, and we'll talk about why that's important here in a few minutes. Now, to show you how it works, we put a couple of hamburgers and a filet steak in a sous vide straight out of the freezer. Now, while those are thawing and coming up to temperature, let me show you how to operate the sous vide gun. Now, to get the propane gas flowing, you turn this red knob to the left and you'll hear the gas begin to flow. Once you hear it moving just a little bit, you pull the trigger to ignite. Now, you can adjust the intensity of the flame by turning the red knob further left for more flame, and turning it to the right to turn it off by stopping the flow of gas. Now, once it's lit though, it's the full throttle trigger that I love the most. If you look here, you can see that the whole handle is also a trigger, and as long as you press down on the safety switch, you can set the sous vide gun to race mode by pressing in the handle. Now, I can't tell you how much the kid inside of me is proud of the adult I've become now, that part of my job is playing with a flamethrower. Now, it's the thing that all of us boys wanted to do when we were kids. I watched G.I. Joe and Transformers, and those flamethrowers looked super cool. And here I am as an adult playing with a real-life flamethrower. Now, this feels like winning, folks. Now, if you look on the end of the nozzle, you'll see a piece of metal that acts as a focusing ring. Unlike the larger grill gun, this unit focuses the flame to get higher temperature focused flames right where you need it. Now, that's important to me because I use this both inside and outside, and I don't need to be spraying fire all over my countertops in the kitchen. And just because you can run this full throttle doesn't mean you always need to. Let's fire this up for our burgers and steak, and I'll show you how it works. These are 2 burgers that we got in a meat box from Aldi, and they came vacuum sealed in the freezer section. Now, they don't look very appetizing coming out of the sous vide, but I have the flame set to about 50% power to get a crust on top. Now, that high heat is going to cause these thin patties to curl up, and when burgers are curled, they hold the fat in as it renders, making it very hard to crust. After a few turns, I was able to get a pretty good crust in just about 60 seconds on half power. And what amazes me about this method of cooking is that I still have a medium burger, even though I've been blasting the outside of the meat with intense flames. Now next, it's the filet steak's turn. First thing, I make sure to dry it off so I can get the best sear possible. Now I have the sous vide gun set to a little bit more than half, which is a far cry from full blast, and I'm just wanting to paint this steak. I'm not holding it in the same place for any amount of time. I'm just brushing over the steak with fire the way I would with a paintbrush, trying to cover the entire surface. Now, that brown sear on a steak is an absolute thing of beauty, and it gives the crunchy outside I'm used to from a high heat grill or a cast iron pan. Now, just like the burger, when you cut into the steak, it's a lovely medium all the way through. Now, you don't have to just use the sous vide gun to put a crust on meat. We use it to light our fire pits, our grills, and our pizza ovens as well. Now, I do find that the grill gun is better at this for me since it has a longer barrel, so I don't have my hand so close to the fire. Now, when it comes to safety, my favorite thing is the safety check valve that stops propane from flowing if you lay it down or tilt it too far, where you get liquid propane coming out of the device. Now, that check valve makes it so that you're safe and things are controlled while you're using it. Now, if you ever set the sous vide gun down with a propane canister attached, you'll notice that it won't light when you pick it back up. Now, that's the valve doing its job. To clear the valve, just take the propane tank off, press the handle in to release any of the leftover propane, and you're good to go. Now, I do get some consistent questions when someone is over here at the lab and we have a chance to work with this. Questions like, does the food taste like gas? Or can you taste the gas? Now, I haven't been able to taste any gas on the foods that I've been searing, and I've used it quite a bit. Another question is, how do you keep from burning the fat while putting a crust on steak? Well, it's true that the fat will burn much quicker than the crust will form on the meat, so I work to stay away from the fat as much as possible whenever I'm searing. Now, another one, should you use it at full power all the time? I don't. I usually have it set between 1/2 and 3/4 power using the red knob whenever I want to sear. Now, if I'm lighting charcoal, I'll go with the full burn, but it's not usually when I'm searing with it. Now, another one is, how do you store it? Well, I usually keep it on the bottle stand when I need it handy, and when it's not in use, I'll take the propane bottle off and I'll hang it up on a nail in the garage. Now, can you take the gas cans off for storage? Absolutely, as long as it's not one of the single-use canisters of MAP gas or propane that you'd find in the tool section. Now, the 1-pound canisters have a shutoff, so you can take them off and put them back on as much as you need. So, final thoughts. The sous vide gun has been the searing tool that we use during the winter months when the wind is whipping outside and it's well below freezing. It allows us to get that charred and grilled taste without being outside in a parka, and it's the perfect complement to your sous vide cooking. Now, if you're interested in a sous vide gun, you can get 10% off your purchase with the code bbqlab at checkout. Your purchase will support our family of barbecue nerds, and we thank you for supporting our content. Now, if you're into outdoor cooking and spending time in the backyard is your thing, please consider subscribing to the channel. We're all about the backyard here, and you found your people who'd love to have you back and join us for the best in the backyard. I'm David from the Barbecue Lab, and I can't wait to see you next time.